Yahoo Fantasy World Soccer 2010, the Tucson Red Carders group, the World Cup Pick'em competition. Let's go ahead and take a look with this first video of the World Cup competition. Take a look at some of the games that have already been played just 3 days into World Cup competition. We'll review some of the scoring rules here for the first round and go over the overall standings as things look just 3 days in to World Cup competition. 8 games have been played in the first 3 days of the World Cup. Everything kicked off Friday as host country South Africa tied Mexico in the opener. The big game on Saturday was England taking on the United States. This game ended in a 1-1 tie after a ridiculous goal by the United States, picking up a goal off a huge error by England's goalie, allowing an easy ball to trickle through the goal and net this game at a 1-1 tie where it would stay for the remainder of the game. On Sunday, we saw Ghana pick up an upset win after a late penalty kick goal to make that game 1-0 at game's end. And then Germany wrapped up Sunday's play with a 4-0 crushing of Australia. Now, just to review some of the scoring here in the group, first round scoring breaks down like this. There's 2 points if you pick the game winner or result of the game correctly, and 1 point additional if you can pick the score correctly. So 3 points are on the table basically for every game that's played, 2 if you get it right, and 1 if you get the score right. Reviewing the overall standings, there's one team that's broken out to an early lead just 3 days into the competition, and remember, a lot can still change hands here. There's still 200 plus points available for everyone, so just because we're 3 days in doesn't mean anything's set in stone. Right now the leader is Broken Ankle. 5 of the 8 games picked correctly and 2 scores picked correctly for a total of 12 points for an early lead. Second place is a 2-way tie between the Showstopper and Goal. Those teams have 5 of the 8 games picked correctly to go with 1 score pick correctly for 11 points total. Fourth place right now is a 3-way tie between Glory Man United, Rooney, and Orange Power Dutch Art Clutch. Those teams have 4 of the 8 games picked correctly with 2 score picks correct for a total of 10 points. We have a 2-way tie for 7th between This Spot Reserved and Football. Those teams also have 4 picks correct and 1 score pick to go with that for 9 points. And rounding out the top 10 is a 2-way tie for 9th. The teams Greek Thunder and I Love Foosball both have 4 of the 8 games picked correctly for a total of 8 points. Now, everybody else has yet to pick a score correctly, but things are still very tight between the rest of the standings. Tied for 11th, 2 teams, Keeper for Life and London Tea Party of 2010. They each have 3 picks correct for a total of 6 points. There's a 4-way tie for 13th between Arsenal US, Dizzy Lizzy, Pipsqueak 7, and Who Will Be Headbutted This Year. These teams have 2 picks correct for a total of 4 points. Rounding out the field is a 4-way tie for 17th right now. Otis and the Drunks do Soccer, Kaka, Yellow Card, and GOAL. These teams have just 1 of the first 8 games picked correctly for a total of 2 points. The first round continues. We're very early into the first round. That round continues through Friday, June 25th. Now, just to let some of these teams know, there is a second page of first round picks that you will need to fill out if you want to get points. The following teams don't look like they've completed their picks for the first round. Showstopper, Kaka, Dizzy Lizzy, Pipsqueak 7, Football, Otis and the Drunks do Soccer, and This Spot Reserved. These teams have yet to complete their picks for the first round as a blast check. So if you're having trouble finding that, you're going to want to go to your My Picks page when you log into the game, and then click on near the top of the page. You'll see a button that says Group Interval 2. Click on that box. It'll take you to the second page of first round picks. So you want to make sure you get that filled out. Again, the first round continues through Friday, June 25th. The next video you're going to see is going to be next Sunday. That's going to be June 20th. We're going to take a look at all the action from the first 3 days plus an additional week's worth of play as we have games all 7 days this week and a lot of action to take place just yet. So we'll hope to see you back June 20th next Sunday for more recap action of the World Soccer 2010 group, Tucson Red Carders.